Hi, my name is Dennis. For this session, I'll be showing you how to do a major Postgres upgrade from version 9.6 to version 13. We will be using a PG upgrade to do this, and let me also discuss some of the best practices in Postgres upgrade. So what we're going to do is have Postgres 9.6 installed, and I want to upgrade this to version 13. I will be installing Postgres 13 on the same server, and then we will perform the upgrade using the latest version of PG upgrade utility command. So for this demo, we will not be doing the backup, but please take note that backing up your database is a very important step before you do the upgrade, okay? You can now back up your database using different approach. It could be online, logical, or file system backup. It's up to you. As long as you can recover your database if anything goes wrong during the upgrade process, and I think that will be fine. Also, I'll be sharing with you some tips on how to roll it back if something goes wrong during the upgrade process. So let's start. Let me connect to the target database with IP address 192.168.10.200, and let me key in my password. And let's see the Postgres database version, like in PSQL minus C, and then the select statement, version, closed. And let's also check the data directory and make sure you know where your data directory is because we will be needing this information during the upgrade. The SQL minus C, and then show data underscore directory. There you go. And let me check my database. So I have demo database and order entry database. So as you can see, I'm using Postgres 9.6, and this is the data directory. And these are my two databases installed on 9.6. When you're doing the upgrade, please make sure that the Postgres version is compatible with your current OS version. It would be easy if you check and read the installation guide, and I think that's the best way. That's the best way to do it, right? So on this demo, I'm using CentOS version 7, and this is compatible with Postgres 13. So let's make sure that I have a correct version. This one, I'm using version 7. So next thing to do is install Postgres 13. You know, we have a lot of choices to install Postgres. You can use from compiled source code or packages provided by your operating system distribution. You can also download using apt and YAM-based PostgreSQL repository. It depends on your system. So for this demo, let's just go to the postgresql.org website, and from there you can select the version that you need, and it will provide you the procedure on how to install. And it's a very, very easy way. Go to the website and just click on download. Then you can select your operating system, CentOS, and then from here you can select your Postgres version. So for this demo, we will be using the latest version, which is 13, and I'm using CentOS. Since I have 64-bit platform, this is the architecture. There you go. You can, just copy and paste, and you can proceed with the installation. Let me just jump into this one. And let me first verify and making sure that there is no 13 here, right? So we only have 9.6. So since I already have I already installed the Postgres RPN, so we can proceed with the installation. Just type in sudo yum install y PostgreSQL 13 server. Type in your password. And then it will be installed. So now we got 9.6 and 13. Then let's initialize the database, and the new data directory will be created using initdb utility command. Just type in sudo usr. So we'll be using 13. Postgres 13. So type in initdb. And database was already initialized. Cool. So we got 9.6 and now we have 13. Before we start the Postgres instance, let me change the default port number, which is 5432, because 5432 is already used by Postgres 9.6. So let me assign the port number 5433 for Postgres 13, because you can run Postgres on the same port, right? So let's just go to /var like skill. Since we will be editing the configuration file in 13, let's go to this directory. You can list down and edit or modify the PostgreSQL.conf. So for the port, and then there you go, change it, and then assign 5433. And then once we change the port number, you can start the Postgres 13 service. Type in sudo system ctl start Postgres 13, right? And let's check the status. So now we have Postgres 13 service active and running, and we also have 9.6 active and running. So now we can proceed with the upgrade. So first thing to do is you need to stop these two services, PostgreSQL 9.6 and 13 services, because Postgres services should be down when you do the upgrade. Just issue these following commands. So let's try to stop. Sudo system ctl stop PostgreSQL-6. And then, sorry, and then 30. After that, the next thing to do before you upgrade is you need to perform the compatibility check using -c option. Don't worry, this will not touch your all database cluster. It will just run the consistency and compatibility check. And this will tell you when something is wrong or if you're good to go for the upgrade. So also make sure that you're gonna use the pg upgrade utility command from the latest version, which is Postgres13. So since we will be using the pg upgrade from 13, so let's just 13 then. This is the pg upgrade from PGSQL 13. So now the next you have to type in -b option for all binaries of Postgres 9.6 and specify the binaries or the Postgres executable directory for Postgres 9.6. And then -B option for the new binary for Postgres13. 13 bin. -d option. This is the all data directory of your Postgres 9.6. Bar PG SQL 9.6 and then the data directory for your old Postgres database. -D option. This is the new directory of Postgres 13. Bar live PGSQL 13 data. There you go. And -C option. This will check your database cluster for compatibility. Again, it will check if your old version can be upgraded to the latest version. So let's run. So we got an error, and not to my surprise, because I, intentionally forget one Postgres extension, which is the PG Crypto. It is simply because I want to show you that -C option really perform the compatibility and consistency check. And again, these options really tell us if we are really ready for the upgrade. So let's check the error message. As I said, I have PG Crypto extension in my 9.6 database. And it says that I cannot access the PG Crypto. So please remember that when you have any non-default extension, you will need to install them on the new database before you upgrade. So on this demo, again, it's PG Crypto. Again, you need to install all the Postgres extension and their libraries in the new database before you can do the actual upgrade, okay? So let's install PostgreSQL 13 contrib package and create a PG Crypto extension inside the database. By the way, PG Crypto is a cryptographic extension that provides some hashing and cryptographic functions that most of the DBAs are using. So let's install it. Type in sudo install PostgreSQL 13 as contrib. Yes. There you go. And let's start the Postgres13. Sudo system ctl start Postgres 13. And then since I'm using 5433, for Postgres 13, let me connect using minus P option for port number 5433. And then let's see the extensions. So currently, we only have PLPG SQL, and then let's create the extension for PG Crypto because we really need to fix first the error message before we can continue with the upgrade. PG Crypto. Okay. So create, PG Crypto was already created. And then let's stop the service. And let's do it one more time with a minus C option. Create, and then let's stop this. And let's rerun the, okay. The same command with minus C option. Let's see if the error message will be removed. There you go. Clusters are compatible. And since we cannot find any error, and this tells us that the cluster are compatible, so we can actually ready to do the upgrade, right? So the same script or command, but this time we will be removing minus C option. It seems really fast, right? Because I just have a very small database. Then, well, actually, the upgrade process depends on the size of your database, actually. So once the upgrade is completed, then we can start the PostgreSQL 13. Then start SQL 13. So let me check the status. So PostgreSQL 13 service is now up and running. As you can see, after the upgrade, it creates two scripts that you need to run after the upgrade. Number one is to analyze the new cluster, and it will provide optimizer statistics. Otherwise, your database will be slow. And number two is the script delete the old Postgres database. And I suggest that you do not delete your old database cluster unless you've done all the testing. Another thing is you need to consider is changing the PostgreSQL.conf and pg_hba_conf as per your requirement. After that, we can modify the the connection strings using the new Postgres database, and you can start your application. Then you can connect to the upgraded Postgres database. That's it. Your Postgres 9.6 is now upgraded to Postgres 13 and ready to use. So let me check if my two databases was also upgraded from 9.6 to version 13. 43. So as you can see, my two databases are already here, demo and order empty. Now, if you need to roll back for some reason, just simply stop all the applications, stop this Postgres 13, then you can start your old Postgres version, which is, on this case, 9.6, and then you can restore the connection strings on the application layer to connect to the old Postgres database, then it's done. So before I end my demo, let me just share you with some tips. Back up your database before you change, add, delete, and modify. This will save everyone. you know, you should know all database objects, including your records, number of rows, functions, everything inside the database. Create a very detailed test plan and test cases before you delete your old Postgres version. And lastly, keep your database up to date. There are several improvements and fixes with the latest version of Postgres. And here are the steps that you can use as a guide for your upgrade. So, thank you